All right, guys, I'm going to read this test to you. Apologies for not being here. Just had some things come up. I will be back tomorrow. This is the constant rate of change test. I'm going to read and show you how to do it. I really want you to stay with me. Please do not go ahead. And once again, if you have any questions for me, you are allowed to save them until tomorrow when I get back. You do not, I repeat, you do not have to submit today. Number one, Maria had $100 at the beginning of summer vacation. She plans to mow lawns and charge $20 per lawn. Which graph could be used to determine the amount of money Maria will have after mowing 10 lawns if she saves all of her money? So you got to check out the graphs, and they all have to start at 100. So it has to start at 100 on the y-axis. So that eliminates two of them. And then you've really just got to read the labels. Savings and lawns, lawns and savings. Just read the labels. It's asking which graph could be used to determine the amount of money Maria will have after mowing 10 lawns. If you need to pause the video, feel free to pause the video. I'm going to read number two. Number two, the graph relates the number of words John types to time. What is the constant of proportionality for this relationship? Remember, what is the formula for constant of proportionality? K equals y divided by x. Find where it meets. I don't think it meets there. I'm going to say it meets right here. Fill in the y, fill in the x, divide them out. Again, if you need to pause to do your work. I'm going to move to number three. Michelle can buy her tomatoes at one of four different stores. Store A sells 3 pounds for $6.39. Store B sells 5 pounds for $9.79. Store C sells 4 pounds for $7.89. And store D sells 2 pounds for $5.29. Which store has the lowest price per pound? If you need to write a proportion, remember you can. The words, pounds over dollars. You're only going to need to write one proportion. You're going to know what to do from then on. Store A is 3 pounds for how many dollars? And it wants to know lowest price per pound. Per means 1 pound. So there's your proportion for the first one. So as you can see, this is going to be a division problem. It is going to be money divided by the pounds. You have to divide them all out. There should be 4 division problems on your paper. 4 division problems on your paper. And then you pick which one is the lowest. So you divide this by 3. It goes away. I'm even writing it out for you. Work it out. 4 division problems. Again, if you need to pause the video, pause the video. Number 4. Charles buys 8 apples for $3.79. At this rate, how much will 30 apples cost? Round your answer to the nearest percentage. Again, I would write a proportion. Apples over money. I'm not going to fill this one in for you because you can read. 8 apples, $3.79, 30 apples. Fill it in, solve it, write your answer. When in doubt, just put the number. The nearest cent, that is the hundredths place. It is money. Number 5. On a map, 5 centimeters represents 2 kilometers. Which formula can be used to relate the distance D in kilometers to the distance C in centimeters on the map? If it were me, I would write a proportion using the words centimeters, kilometers. Once you write that proportion, it wants to know how many distance in kilometers to the distance C in centimeters. So I would say how much it is in 1 kilometer. Once you write that, then you solve it. It's going to give you a pretty darn close answer because you probably already know what the answer is. Once you write that, it's going to give you a close answer to one of these. You know you're either going to multiply or divide. So write the proportion and then solve it and pick the one that goes with it. Number 6, Jan bought 3.5 yards of fabric to make pillows. The total cost was $22.75. What was the cost per yard of fabric in dollars? Per means 1. What is it for 1 yard? Write a proportion. Number 7, the graph represents a proportional relationship. 2 of the points are shown on the graph. What is the constant of proportionality? Write the formula, fill it in, and solve it. It shows you the 2 points here. You can pick a point. You do not have to use them both. Pick one. Number 8, the Gonzalez family drove from Houston to Austin for spring break. It took them 3.5 hours to drive 210 miles. What was their average speed on their trip in miles per hour? Per means how many hours? 1. What was it for 1 hour? 3.5 hours for 210 miles. What is it for 1 hour? Write a proportion, words first. Number 9, in the formula, D equals RT. D stands for distance, R stands for rate of speed, and T stands for time. A jet plane traveled 2,058 miles in 4 hours. What was its rate of speed? So if you write the formula, what is the distance? What is the rate? We don't know. What is the time? Write it down and solve it. Number 10, a store sells an 8-piece pizza in different sizes. The price of 4 different sizes of pizza is shown in the table below. Which size pizza has the lowest unit price? So just like we did back on number, I gotta find it. I think it's number 3. Just like we did on number 3, you're doing the exact same thing on number 10. Okay? Write a proportion. 1/4 of a slice, $2.25. They want to know for a whole pizza. So you're going to do size over price. So 1/4 of a pizza, you could put 0.25 is $2.25. What is it for a whole pizza? Write the equation. And solve it. Divide both sides by 0.25. So that's what you're going to do with all of these. And this one's 2 pizzas, so you can just divide it by 2 to figure out what it is for 1. But you should have 4 division problems on your paper. 4 division problems on your paper, this being the first one. Figure out which one is the lowest unit rate. Okay, number 13. The diagram shows the distance a car travels over time during, did I skip one? Yes, I did. I skipped number 12. A repairman earned $340 in 8 hours. What was the unit rate? Unit rate is for 1. It is for 1 hour. If he earned $340 in 8 hours, what did he earn in 1 hour? Write a proportion. Number 13. The diagram shows the distance a car travels over time during a portion of its motion. What is the constant of proportionality for this relationship? 1 second. Number 14. Donna bought 7 pounds of bananas to make banana nut bread. The total cost of the bananas was $2.94. How much did 1 pound of bananas cost? Write a proportion. 7 pounds, $2.94. What is it for 1 pound? Number 15. Which fruit has the highest unit price? A, 5 pounds of bananas that cost $4. B, 3 pounds of apples that cost $7. C, 4 pounds of oranges that cost $5.50. D, 2 pounds of pears that cost $4.75. This is just like number 3. Just like number 3. And 10. Just like number 3 and number 10. And the last one, a digital readout in Micah's car shows the amount of gas he is using as he drives. The table shows the gallons of gas Micah used, X, and the distance he drove, Y, today. If you were to plug this problem into the equation K equals Y divided by X, where K is the constant of proportionality, what would K equal? It's asking for what? Write the formula, fill it in, solve it. Be sure, guys, that you pause the video to work every problem. I will be back tomorrow if you have questions. Be sure you use your notebook paper. Make it neat. You do not, I repeat, you do not have to submit until tomorrow.